Yeah. What's up? What's good? What's popping? What's cracking? What's percolating? What's really good in the hood? It is your man Theo Butler. We live, or at least I think we live. It's Sunday. It's Sunday. You know it's Sunday. We doing lives on Sunday. You know we don't like lying. We don't like lying. So it's one of them lies where if the truth gonna make you uncomfortable, you might want to go ahead and leave. You might want to go ahead and leave. I ain't saying. I'm just saying. Um, while we doing today's live, y'all see what we got going on. T'Challa and Aurora. What about Lucas and Aurora? That's me being facetious. Is I don't know what. Yeah. I'm feeling some type of way. It's some great coffee. I was tired. Y'all remember the Green Mile? Shout out to the late great Michael Clark Duncan. I was tired, boss. I was tired. I was tired of irresponsible. It's Sunday, so and it's my channel, so yeah, I'm finna say some stuff. I was tired of irresponsible colored folk running their mouth talking about T'Challa and Aurora's relationship. Oh, they were forced together. Oh, I'm so glad they broke them up. I get other folks saying that, just like I get Chris Claremont making a statement talking about, well, he didn't want to, they shouldn't have never been together because they were forced together. Intelligent, anybody intelligent, that's anybody with a brain in between their two ears, because I'm nobody special. Anybody with a brain going behind that, especially a colored person going behind that statement with a brain, I'm looking at you some type of way. I'm questioning your mental makeup. I'm wondering, when you look in the mirror first thing in the morning, what reflection comes back at you? Because you saying that makes me look at you crazy. You say it because I'll be like, you can't be. You can't be. Yeah. I question everything. I'm like, damn you suffer from Stockholm syndrome real bad. Like, you really don't see you outside of them at all, do you? Like, whatever master say, that's it. You can't do no critical thinking on your own. I'm gonna try my best not to crash out doing this video. I ain't gonna make no promises. As Christopher Williams say, promises we don't keep. Yeah, because I don't want to make no promise. I ain't gonna keep. But I'm gonna try though. I'm gonna try. I see we got two. That's enough to make it do what it's gonna do. It is, because I ain't gonna be here all day. I came in here for a good time, an educational time, not to be confused with a long time. So let's dive off into this thing. Let's think about this for a second. Fictional characters being forced together. Have you ever seen fictional characters get together on their own? And if you say yes, I'm gonna slap the. You see how I had to catch myself? You ain't ever seen a fictional character do nothing on their own. You haven't. You haven't. You are not in Toy Story. You ain't got no Buzz Lightyears in your house or nothing like that. No. Your fictional characters, whether they are action figures or comic book characters, ain't doing nothing without you making them do it. Just stop that. Like that is the biggest, that is the stupidest statement that they were forced together. So you got a comic book with a character, just the writer ain't got, the writer don't have nothing to do with it. They just get together on their own. Okay, damn, you know what? I've been reading comics a long time. I ain't never read that. And some of y'all gonna say, you know what I mean? No, I don't know what you mean. Because it takes the writer doing it. The process from beginning to end. No, I do not know what you mean. No, at no point in time does a fictional character play a role in who they sleeping with. They never do. No, it always starts with the writer. It does. The writer gonna be the one to do it. That's what that is. I can't believe y'all and y'all be saying, it's like, damn, y'all grown. Y'all grown and don't give that a second thought. And I'm like, anyway, like I said, I'm gonna try my best to not crash out, but it's gonna be a little difficult. I'm gonna try my best not to crash out. Let's go with something. Let's think about something here. Writers, they write the characters, right? They create the characters and everything like that, right. They're the ones that come up with what the plot is revolving around the character, right. The character's abilities, where the character gonna live at, if the character got a secret identity or not, who the character kicked the bobo with, right? That's what the writers do. You ain't never noticed anything about comic books that you be reading? Or you just going around making irresponsible statements? Kind of like saying DC so white when DC always been white. But leaving Marvel off the hook, as if Marvel ain't been white. They always been white. They ain't never cared about black love. You know that if you're a comic book fan. You do. You know the nuances of love. If you're a comic book fan, if you understand, if you comprehend, and I'm hurt because that means quite more than enough of us do not comprehend the written word. Do we know what the definition of reading is? I got asked this question when I was in elementary school. Do we know what the definition of reading is? It is really understanding, comprehending the printed word. More than enough of my brothers and sisters making me feel bad. Remember, I didn't do no live yesterday. I was over there on TikTok. I'm tired of being picked on as an American country. I'm tired of Russia and China, Iran doing diss tracks of America. I don't like that. That puts me in my feelings. Because I'm like, this is where rap come from. You shouldn't be able to do no diss track of me. Right? Cool. Right. I feel the same way in regards to me and my people. Shouldn't nobody be able to pull the wool over our eyes like this and we not see what's coming on? Because we supposed to be great. We supposed to be intelligent. We keep telling folks we got here first. We keep telling folks we the chosen ones. But we go above and beyond to say stuff on social media, make me be like, y'all stop telling folks that. Stop. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. We're not highlighting the biggest and brightest of us when we say certain stuff. And this be one of them times when I be like, ooh, shut up. Shut up. Shut up. I know Chris Claremont said it. I know what he means to the X-Men. But just because he said it don't mean you need to be regurgitating it. It was stupid when he said it. It sounds worse when you say it because Chris Claremont ain't black. You black saying the same dadgum thing and you saying it with your chest. He didn't give it no thought when he said it. You should have. Apologize for Anansi. What's going on? Anybody who says the fictional characters get together on their own and smoking that good weed, I don't know if that's weed. I don't know what that is they smoking. Anansi, I'm saying that because it's a couple of things ain't nobody gonna be able to lie on in my presence any further. You're not gonna be able to lie on God, and you're not gonna be able to lie on marijuana. I'm sorry, we're not gonna do that. That I don't know what you smoking. That ain't weed. That ain't weed. That ain't got nothing to do with God. We're gonna stop telling them lies right there. I don't know what they smoking, and I'm saying that because I pray every day. I'm saying that because I pray every day. And y'all saw me on the live on Friday. So we gonna stop telling lies on God and marijuana and everything like that. No, that's something else. That's something else. Anansi also said, I don't recall anyone saying that Superman and Wonder Woman were forced to be together when DC Comics launched the New 52 in 2011, but they always say black men and black women are forced together. See, this is why I love to rock with me nation. I ain't even have to say that. Come on over here and let's discuss some stuff. Because I did some research last night that didn't take an hour. And you would like to think that folks would find themselves doing the same said research before they just bump their gums and say some stuff. No. We gonna say whatever. So what I did was I went and I found some names of some superheroes, right? Ones that we like, ones that we know. One's in relationship, one's out of relationship. But let me just throw this out here, precursor, so you understand where we finna go. One of the reasons why folks like to say they feel like T'Challa and Ororo were forced together was because Reginald Hutland retconned their relationship, right? Now, they say that without asking themselves, well, why would Reginald Hutland have to retcon their relationship? They just want to say he retconned it. Well, we're not going to sit up here and act like we're not fans of retcons. Some retcons we like, some retcons we don't like. But we're not going to sit up here and act like every retcon that we've ever come across as comic book fans is despicable. No, we're not going to act like that. So Reginald Hutland retconned the relationship. In essence, T'Challa and Ororo been knowing each other. But why would he have to do that? Make it seem as if they've been knowing each other, that they've been interested in each other. Let me play you a song. It's called Generation X or Next Generation, whatever. Monet and Sync. You like them too? Right. Remember Monet showed up in Dr. Eve Ewing's Black Panther run? Right. Yeah, they both showed up in the same comic book at the same time. Yeah, on the same team. Kind of like how Sue and Reed Richards showed up in the same comic book at the same time on the same team. Yeah. That would be Monet and Sync. They were both created in 1994. Yeah, sure were. Mother Mindset, the only two black characters on that team, right? They didn't ship them together at all. No. Monet been all over the place. Most recently with Quicksilver. You know, he who has a whole baby mama in Crystal from the Inhumans, right? And Sync, they shipped him with Laura. You know, X-23, Laura Logan. Yeah, except ever since she came out of the Resurrection Protocols, she don't remember having had a long-term relationship with Sync. But Vice shipping Sync and Monet off into the next interracial relationship, because God knows they believe in that. They love that at Marvel. Why they didn't put them together? If they were to put them together, to say Sync and Sync and Monet been having feelings for each other ever since they came onto the next generation, Generation Next, they would have to retcon it. They would have to retcon it. Why though? You mean to tell me as a black dude, I'm showing up as a mutant? It ain't but one other black person in that building. That's a sister, and she fine. And I'm not trying to holler. Here we go. Forget she fine. To me, she the only other black person in the building. We're not getting close. We're not attempting to be friends at all. None whatsoever. That's not human nature. Don't they say familiarity breeds comfortability? Ain't that what they say? Yeah, that's not human nature. Here we go. When was Aurora created? 1975. What about Lucas Bishop? What about him? When was Lucas Bishop created? 1991. I said this on TikTok yesterday. I ain't trying to be funny, but before I was thinking about Aurora and T'Challa getting together, I was trying to figure out what was good between her and Bishop. Wasn't no black X-Men on the team besides Aurora when she was there until Bishop got there. What was good with her and Bishop? Did we get it? No. Who we got? Her and Forge. I didn't ask for that. I didn't ask for that. I didn't look for that. I didn't care for that. I'm not being a racist or anything like that, but they could have created another Native American character for Forge to get with. Create a whole new Native American Mutant. Yeah, could it mutant, human, whatever. But you're not gonna tell me if you're a black person when Bishop showed up on the scene, you're not telling me you weren't thinking about him and Aurora linking up. And they never did it. You never did it. Aurora and Bishop would be the latest black characters they never considered putting in a relationship. Unlike the white characters that they create, that many of us have read stories about and never thought twice about it. Let me keep up with these notes. Like I said, we came in here for educational time. We're not going to be in here for a long time. Nope, I got stuff to do today. I got stuff to do today. I ain't got time to be in here all day like that. I don't. So when we think about relationships, right? Popular relationships, sexy relationships, natural, evolving relationships, right? Who come to mind? Clark Kent, Lois Lane, Bruce, Selena, Peter, Mary Jane, and everything. All right, let's do this right here. Clark Kent was created in 1938. So was Lois Lane. Yeah. Lois Lane was created to go along with Clark. Same year. Bruce was created in 1939. Selena was created in 1940. She was created to be that seductive temptress, if you will, as a criminal for Bruce. Yeah. Hawkman, Hawk Girl, they were both created in 1940. They were created as a couple. Yeah, they were created as a couple. That's what that was. Yeah, you can go ahead and fact check me on this particular portion. You can, absolutely. Barry Allen and Iris Allen, both created in 1956. Iris was created to go along with Barry from the very beginning. Hal Jordan and Carol Ferris, yeah, they were both created in 1959. Both created in 19. They didn't create Hal to be by himself. No, they put Carol right there for him. Reed Richards and Sue Richards. Remember how I was talking about Monet and Sink, how they both were created in 1994, came out on the same team? Yeah, Reed and Sue were both created in 1961. Yeah, that's what that was. Black Bolt and Medusa, the Inhumans, husband and wife, 1965. Both of them. Both of them. Peter Parker, like this one right here. Gwen Stacy and Mary Jane were both created in 1965. Peter was created in 1962. He got his two baddies 3 years later. Yeah. Created for him. Scott Summers and Jean Grey, 1963. Both of them. You see a pattern? Because that pattern been there. That pattern should have devalued anything Chris Claremont and those that think like him say in regards to forcing black characters together. That pattern should prevent black folks from saying anything else irresponsible again, like those characters were forced together. If not, let me play this for you. T'Challa was created in 1966. Does anybody know when Monica Lynn was created? Look it up. I'll help you out. T'Challa was created in 1966. Monica Lynn was created. Get here. Monica Lynn. 616. Created what year? It was in the 70s, though. I want to say 1970. Monica Lynn came 4 years later. Yeah. Mm-hmm. She wasn't created with T'Challa. Nope, sure wasn't. Falcon was created in 1969. And no girlfriend created for him. No side character. Nope. Jon Stewart was created in 1971. No side character. No female. Nothing like that. Luke Cage was created in 1972. No side character. Nothing like that. Lady Nightshade was created in 1973. She wasn't created to go along with nobody. One portrayed as no sexy temptress or anything like that. No, she's about her business. And yes, she has encountered Sam Wilson and Luke Cage. You never got the feeling that she wanted to holler at either one of them. No. Malice. That would be the OG Malice, 1974, created by Don McGregor. No, you didn't get none of that she was trying to looking at, thought about T'Challa in that jungle. No, none of that. None of that. Madam Slay, 1975. Nope, nada. Nope. Maybe for Killmonger, Eric, but checking for T'Challa or any other black male character or black female character. No, not Madam Slay. Misty Knight, 1975. No. Danny Rand, but a black male character, black female, she's not checking for that. Storm Ororo, 1975. You know, you would have thought that as soon as she came out there and everything like that, because it wasn't that black characters, right? She's from Harlem, born in Harlem, was living in Kenya. She wasn't kicking the bobo with no black characters when she showed up. Came to New York and everything like that, hung out with X-Men. It was other black folks, superheroes in New York. Nope, Aurora did not meet nobody from the X-Men introduced her to any black characters. No, nope. That's crazy, because what we're being asked to believe, stay with me now, you're being asked to believe that it makes sense that the young lady who was born in Harlem, living in Kenya, knows nothing about Prince T'Challa. She don't know nothing about it. Even though she's right there in Kenya's in Africa. What we find? Okay, she right there in Africa. Professor Xavier finds her as an adolescent teen or woman in her early 20s, a woman in her early 20s, late teens, early 20s. And we're supposed to believe that young lady didn't know anything about Prince T'Challa. Make that make sense? We're supposed to believe that she didn't find him attractive. That's crazy, because the way he's been written, every female character in Marvel Comics finds T'Challa attractive. That ain't a black thing. That ain't a black thing. That ain't a single woman thing. They could be single, married. It don't matter. The way he's been written, every female in Marvel Comics finds him attractive. So we're supposed to believe Aurora wasn't checking for him. Why? Because Chris Claremont said so. Anyway, moving right along. Black Lightning, 1977. Thank you, DC Comics. Black Lightning, Jefferson Pierce, is the only character we got that popped up with somebody. He actually was created with his wife, Lynn. 1977. There you go. Somebody finally thought about it and put it out there. That's the only one, though. You ready? Fatality, 1977. I go back with Jon Stewart. Yeah, Captain Tweet is okay. She is okay, right? I prefer Fatality. Let me get that. Let me get Jon Stewart and Fatality. Yeah, let me get that right there. That's a power couple for real. Why I can't get that? Because he blew up her planet. Who idea that was? If Hal can be forgiven for deleting a whole bunch of people, John and Fatality can work out their differences in regards to her planet. Yeah. If it makes sense over here, it makes sense over there too. Here we go. Princess Zanda. Oh my goodness gracious. Jack Kirby created her. It actually wrote her as somebody who was interested in T'Challa. 1977. You seen her? Because we can get Selena and Damien all over the place. We can get Selena all over the place. We can get Taya all over the place. Okay, well, why we can't get Princess Zanda all over the place? I know why. Because T'Challa ain't a slut puppy like Bruce. Yeah, T'Challa, even though every woman want to get him the draws, that's how the women are written in Marvel Comics. T'Challa ain't written like Tony Stark. T'Challa ain't written like Bruce Wayne. Well, I'm just gonna talk you out the draws. No. It's his aura. When he be aura farming, ain't that what the new folks say? He be aura farming soon as he walk in the room. And women just like, yeah, that's what that is. My dude could have been knocked off half the Marvel comic book roster if he wanted to. He's never written that way. He's never written that way. But we've been knowing Princess Zanda since 1977, been checking for T'Challa. Didn't she show out when Ororo was shopping for the wedding dress? Yes, she did. Yes, she did. Ain't had not one momentary, ain't had not one moment of weakness with Princess Zanda, even though she sit right there. Let's keep going. James Rhodes, 1979. No, James ain't got no woman. James showed up as a helicopter pilot and a driver. Big dude with an afro and everything like that. They ain't had one. He reminded me of Carl Weathers when he showed up. What ain't had not one sister checking for him. Not one sister checking for him. Not one female checking for him. And that just, I'm gonna say this right now. That whole thing about Pepper and Tony, I had to tell my wife this. Pepper and Tony were not an item in the comic books. It was Pepper and Happy Hogan. Yeah, that we grew up Generation X, Silent Generation, Baby Boomers. It was Pepper and Happy. They deleted Happy in the comic books just to make it line up with the MCU. You know who didn't buy that trash? The same generation of comic book readers I just mentioned. Silent Generation didn't buy that nonsense. Baby Boomers didn't buy it. Generation X didn't buy it. They deleted Happy Hogan for no reason. In comic books today, Pepper and Tony are not an item. Do you know why? Because we're not buying that. We're not buying that. So just so we understand what the lick really does read. Let me keep up with these notes because I don't want to be rude. I see y'all pulling up in here, and I was raised with some type of manners. I told y'all we in here for a good time though. Not to be confused with a long time. We're gonna go ahead and blow this thing on out the water. Let me see. We got Kamoyo King, president of the Black Panther fan group. What's going on? Mr. Luke K said, I've always said Bishop and Storm made more sense. It did. That's why I said we gonna tell the truth to shame the devil. Yeah, when Storm showed up, we wasn't when Bishop showed up, we weren't necessarily thinking about T'Challa and Ororo. We like, this brother sitting right here. You got Jean and Scott together. You got Destiny and Mystique together. And y'all not right, Mystique, even though Mystique is dark blue, y'all not right Mystique like she no sister, so we know better than that. And you got Jean and Scott, right? You got Remy LeBeau and Rhodes, right? With a little bit of extra Magneto thrown up in there, just like you got a little bit of Logan thrown up in there with some Jean, right? Okay, well, what's going on here? You mean tell me Bishop was from the future? He looked at posters of Ororo on his wall as a kid growing up, and he never said to himself, damn, she bad. Damn, if I was around back then. Like, he never said that, because I know what I said in regards to Nicole Reed. Man. You see what you say I just did? I know what I said. Remember the young lady played Get Christy Love and everything like that? Man, if I was older. Yeah, Lucas ain't never say that. Stop. Lucas ain't come back not one time. I get it. He rough, tumble, and everything like that. But even dudes like that be wanting to holler. He ain't want to holler at all. Hey, let me holler at you a little bit. Take her out on a date, something propositional. Send her some flowers. Man, stop. That's the whole. Now, stop. Yeah, I really be wanting folks that think they shouldn't be together, I be wanting to hear from them, and because I always ask the question: if you don't want T'Challa with Aurora, Aurora with T'Challa, what black character do you want with? I ain't got no answer yet, and I've been asking that question for over a year. There you go. Now tell him, he who say I asked all the difficult questions. Bishop, not Mr. Luke K says Bishop has so much potential. Forge is not interested in Bishop. You know what? The sad part about it is they've been trying to make Forge interesting, and it ain't work. They gave Forge his own comic book with his own team. It don't work. I know. I bought it. I bought it. I ain't saying. I'm just saying. Who else we got here? Oh, Lord Jesus, have mercy. Monica Rambeau was created in 1982. If we want to talk about black love coming from the Rambeau family, we got to mention her mama and her daddy. But then again, it's black men that don't even want to acknowledge her black daddy. That's crazy. I still cannot believe somebody said that out loud on social media. Oh man, I stopped taking you seriously after that. I did. I ain't even, because you were an older black man or a blurred or black comic book something, and you actually said that on social media with your whole chest. I just need you to know, I stopped taking, and it's hard for me to say this, I stopped taking you seriously as a black man when you said that. No, I'm just forget anything else, anything you accredited for doing. When you said Frank Rambeau wasn't relevant, black man to black man, I stopped taking you seriously as a black man. And honestly, because I know who you kick the bobo with and who you hang with, guilty by association, I stopped taking your whole crew seriously as black men, reputable black men, black nerds, black whatever. I stopped because I don't know how any black man that sees value in himself would ever let such a statement come out of his mouth. But here we are. Yeah, I did. Sure did. And I don't believe kicking the bobo with stupidity, because I think it's contagious. Frenzy was created in 1986, the year I graduated high school. Her claim to fame is having slept with Scott from an alternate reality. Do you mean tell me that thick sister You mean to tell me I got James Rhodes, Sam Wilson? I'm talking about, because all the black characters, all the black male characters are bachelors. Just think about what I'm saying to you. They're all bachelors. You got these baddies, because Freezy ain't no frail looking woman. You got Monica Rambeau. She actually popped up in New York. Yeah. You got all these sisters popping up. It ain't no brother trying to holler. They all bachelors. They didn't come in with no woman attached at their hip like other characters did. They all bachelors. And you mean to tell me, come on now, I know who Monica Rambeau was designed after. Wasn't nobody trying to holler at that? You mean to tell me Monica Rambeau is in New York on the Avengers? Look at her costume. Look how it's designed. Think about who she's supposed to be designed after. And you mean to tell me not Luke, not Sam, not Bill? Because all the superheroes in New York now, all the superheroes, you mean to tell me not one brother? Stop. And you mean to tell me ain't none of the brothers in Marvel Comics attracted to none of the sisters in Marvel Comics? Think about what you're saying. Think about what you're saying. Think about what you're saying. Think about it. Think about it. No. Think about what you're saying. Think about what you're saying, because we live for real. We live for real. We don't click up. Stop it. Here we go. Night Thrasher. This is the only black love we got other outside of Frank and Maria Rambeau. This the only black superhero love that we got that actually was done the same way other folks' love was done. But you know what? Here's the other problem with black love in comics. The characters don't have ongoing comics. Yeah, they could be in a relationship, but if they ain't got no ongoing comic, you're not going to see that relationship play out like it's supposed to. For instance, Night Thrasher and Silhouette. Yeah, Night Thrasher was created in 1989. Silhouette was created in 1970. And you knew right off the rip, they had history based on how they were written. But how often did you see Dwayne Taylor in a comic book? And if you don't see Dwayne Taylor in a comic book, do you really know he's in a relationship with Silhouette? No, you don't. You don't know it. She ain't popping up like that. You ain't got no action figure to reflect that. But you got a Sue Richards action figure, don't you? You got a Medusa action figure, don't you? Yep, you sure do. You sure do. You do. Watch this. On the same team, you got a Justice and a Firestar action figure, don't you? You sure do. You sure do. You can reenact that love, can't you? Quick, fast, and in a hurry. Yeah, you can. As a matter of fact, they just gave you a brand new Black Bolt and Medusa action figure, didn't? What they give you? Then they give you that 3-pack with Daredevil and Elektra and Bullseye. Yeah. You can't. You're not gonna get that over here. How long did they try and put Miles and Gwen together? How long they try and put Miles and Gwen together? Right. And I'm still trying to figure out how Adrian Toomes got a black granddaughter. I'm still trying to figure that one. I'm like, okay, I didn't get because I ain't never seen Adrian with no sister. I ain't saying he couldn't have been. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying as somebody that go all the way back to Steve Ditko writing Spider-Man, I ain't never seen Adrian kick the Bobo with no sister. Do you know why? Because we wasn't even seeing brothers kick the Bobo with sisters back then. Look at what I'm putting in front of you. Look at what I'm putting in front of you. Tempo. Oh my goodness. She created in 1989. Yeah. On the same side with Frenzy. Okay. Well, I read Bishop War College. I did. I read it. I bought it. I guess. But I know Bishop got a comic book coming out and everything like that. And I know his sister Shard is supposed. They don't say nothing about no Tempo. They don't say nothing about no Tempo. You know, I don't see Tempo showing up when Bishop show up. I don't see Bishop showing up when I see Tempo show up. But I don't know. I guess I don't know. You seen it? You seen it? Because I know what we got with everybody else, and you do too right now. Let's keep going. Monet and Sync. I mentioned that one already. Oh, that made me smile right there. Got introduced in the same comic book, same year. Both of them black. Nothing. Nothing. And the same folks that keep saying, oh, T'Challa and Ororo shouldn't be together because they got forced together. You don't say nothing about this pairing, do you? Like I said, I get why if you ain't black, do what you're gonna do. But you black and making the statement about T'Challa and Ororo shouldn't be together because that's them forced together means you ain't been paying attention to the nuances when it come to writing comic book characters. You ain't been paying attention. You just been saying stuff. Just like you can't tell that the characters that show up in black comic book, they black just on the outside. They don't talk like you. They don't act like you. They don't move like you. But you think you got some black representation. If you comprehended what you was reading, you will understand you ain't got you, period. But you think you know, though. No, I'm breaking it down today. Nakia. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, this would be for all the Black Panther LARPers, all the Black Panther mantlers, and all the Black Panther anti-recasters. Oh my goodness. Nakia was created in 1998 by Christopher Priest. Let me see. He created her to be a femme fatale for T'Challa. He did. She's gone. As in taking a dirt nap. That is what that is. Nobody spent the block on her. Nobody. She's still deleted in Marvel Comics, but she sit right there though. I'm sorry, she lay right there. Why that didn't work? Ain't we got a femme fatale in Catwoman? Don't we have a femme fatale in Talia al Ghul? Right? Don't Bruce kick the bobo with both of them quite often? Isn't Selena kind of like Damien's stepmama? We don't make excuses for why they can't have a child out of wedlock, have a child with another character, just be smashing. Oh no, we don't make no excuses over there. Over here, oh, we forced them together. Okoye was also created in 1998. You know who we got Okoye possibly jumping off the table with? That would be one Casper Cole. Shout out to Christopher Priest, by the way. But you ain't seen Casper Cole, have you? No. And before we could get anything with Casper Cole, him and Okoye, what did Christopher Priest give us? Oh, let's see here. He's got a Jewish mother, and he's got a baby on the way, not married, baby on the way from, I guess, a Korean American. And he low-key got a thing for Okoye. We have yet to see it explore. But then again, we ain't seen him and his baby either. Nope. That baby and the mother did the same thing Daniela Cage did. Went up to the room and never came down. Yep, that's how much Marvel thinks about that relationship. Blue Marvel. Oh, in 2008. I never get a response from people in regards to this. Let's see here. Blue Marvel, written by Dr. Eve Ewing, said that she wrote that Photon issue. Adam Brashear is too old for Monica. She wrote that. I've never heard those words be used to deter any other older male character from being in a relationship having smashed a younger female character. I didn't get that with Eric Lenshear and Rhodes. I didn't get that with Logan in any female he approaches. I never got that with Thor Odinson in any female he approaches. No, that was just some nonsense thrown up for the black character. And mind you, Adam Brashear is not as old as Logan, who just jumped off the dresser with Aurora. See how that worked? Yeah, I'm gonna gatekeep black because we find ourselves, we want to like certain folks. Well, you know what? I wish certain folks, just because they were writers, would gatekeep our characters like other folks gatekeep their characters. No, we'll have our characters doing something stupid, doing dumb, just in the name of fandom. No, damn all that. Damn all that. Because Photon came out before Storm, the most powerful mutant, Storm, the most, that Photon miniseries predates that Storm miniseries. And if we can sit up there and flex and bump our damn gums talking about Adam Brashear is too old to be with Monica, then Logan is too damn old to be with Aurora. And that's just what that is. At the end of the day, it's about having some type of damn self-respect as a black person. And way too many of us, whether we be nerds, whether we be writers, whether we be artists, whether we be editors, whether we be actors, whether we be government officials, whether we be law enforcement officers, whether we be athletes, whether we be singers, whether we be rappers, we lacking in the black self-respect department. And we don't mind telling everybody. We don't mind showing everybody, which is why we can't have nothing unless we hang out with the black independent comic book writers. Amen. Shout out one time to the black independent comic book writers. Shout out to them. I was not gonna go this whole episode and not thank y'all for giving us stuff that should just come naturally. Yeah, shout out to all the Black independent comic book writers. Yeah, shout out to all y'all, especially those we've interacted with on our show. Yeah, shout out to Lonnie from Concrete Comics, Low from Dark City Comic. Yeah. As a matter of fact, shout out to the up and coming Black comic book writers and everything like that. As in Grand Madam Tarot, she working on something. Yes, she is and everything. Shout out to Ronnie. Ronnie didn't drop something and everything like that. Let me keep going and everything like that. I know I don't mention his name that much on this channel and everything like that. Let me see. Dang, I didn't forgot his name, but y'all know what I'm talking about. He over there in Africa making it do what it do with the digital artwork and everything like that. Yeah. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody that's on that hill, they planted that flag and making it do what it was gonna do. But to the rest of y'all, what I just researched, what I just pulled up, didn't even take an hour. Didn't take an hour to expose the truth behind it. White characters, by and large, are created with their partner. Anybody could have researched that. But Black characters aren't created with that same type of intent. As in, we don't look at the Black character and let me flesh out the Black character's whole story. Let me give them a potential love interest. Let me go ahead and give them a villain. Let me give them a best friend. We know that ain't what's being done. And you know that because you read comic books. And I'm not going to sit up here and say, give you a pass if you old enough to have children. No, you should understand what you're reading and know why you're reading it. If you at the age where you can produce children, I'm not offering you no excuse for making stupid statements. And more than enough, especially on Twitter. Y'all go on Twitter as Black people and say some of the most irresponsible stuff regarding Black characters and then wonder why we can't have anything as far as Black fiction. We're not going to get it from the big two because you as a Black person got your head stuck so far up the rectums of the big two, you will diminish your own just to be in bed with the big two. You don't give it no critical thought whatsoever. And then want to sit up there and argue with your fellow. You know what? It's way too many Black comic book fans acting like Stephen A. Smith. Yeah, that's exactly what I meant. It's way too many Black comic book fans, male or female, heterosexual, LGBTQ people, acting like Stephen A. Smith. We don't need you. We don't want you. We don't desire you. Get the hell up out of our community because you don't represent us. Way too many y'all that's Black where folks want to ask y'all questions. You don't represent us. You don't. You say some of the stupidest stuff and you loud and proud with it. No. I just dispelled your whole argument, that whole argument with Chris Claremont, and it didn't take a damn hour. That means, and I just got here. So that means you've been running around irresponsibly for 4 to 5 years or however longer, trashing T'Challa and Aurora's relationship when easily you could have researched it and be like, you know what, I misspoke. It's okay to be wrong. It's okay to be wrong. But y'all still popping that trash in 2026. You're stupid. I'm so disappointed with Eve Ewing pulling that move. Hey, as Joseph Ellis said, you either brought in to shake things up, or you brought in to stay the course. That was done in issue 1. I like Eve Ewing and everything like that, and I can give her credit for some stuff. I will. But if I can give you credit for doing some stuff, I can give you criticism for doing some stuff as well. That was trash. But then again, she either never liked that relationship and asked the editor, could she break them up? Or when she got there, the editor said, break them two up. Stay right there. That's what that was. She either came into the game a la Marwa Ayodele. I don't want them together, which is crazy because he literally came in saying he didn't want Aurora with any Black man. I want us to think about this because what get me in trouble is I hold people to their words and folks don't like being held accountable to their words. He did an interview with me and Daryl. He said Greg would pop up somewhere. It was a time jump. You never got Greg. So what he did was he did the thing that too many writers do with black characters, treat them as if they're disposable. Well, what's the sense in having a black writer that's going to big up one black character, but make the other black characters disposable? What? Because we ain't got to big up Superman and make everybody else disposable. We ain't got to big up Emma Frost and make everybody else disposable. We ain't got to big up Rogue and make everybody else disposable. Why we got to big up Ororo at the expense of other black characters? What we doing? That's the trade-off? And we supposed to accept that and not ask no critical thinking question because we love Ororo? No, we should be able to address both of them. Hey, we appreciate what you did with Ororo. What's all this other stuff though? Was that what you had to do to big up Ororo? Was that the exchange? F up the other black mutants and everything like that, and you can do what you want to with Ororo. Make that make sense. I love him bigging up Ororo so much, I'm going to tolerate everything else that transpires in the car. Like, I'm sitting up here like, folks love Farrah all day long. So you love the fact he made Ororo a baby mama? You love the fact that he threw so much emphasis on her bringing a child into the world that you weren't checking for the baby daddy at all? That's when I be questioning whether or not we as black people care like we claim we care, because I keep asking the question, and some people actually rock with me. So your idea of black love is you as a woman, just a child, no father. You don't have that triangle in the picture. You don't, because I never had me. I never pictured me without the mama. Like, I ain't never done that. I know what life did, but that ain't never been my preference. I ain't been ever like, ooh, Lord, I want me a son, no mama. Ooh, Lord, I want me a daughter, no mama. Ooh, Lord, I want a child, no mama. Like, that ain't ever been my thought process. But I'm looking at two men, black men that did it, and I'm looking at black women going ooh and ah over their actions. Really? Okay. You like it, I love it. Keeping up with these notes though. Let me see. Let me keep going and everything like that. I want to keep up with these notes. I appreciate you so much, y'all, for pulling up. I'm going all the way back because y'all been in here going off. Let me start with D. Steezel. What's going on? The Rock With Me Nation moderator and Mr. Rock With Me Nation himself, D. Steezel, pulled up in the building. Yo, I do remember some Clark and Diana backlash, but OG fans criticize most New 52 changes. And yeah, T'Challa and Ororo backlash is straight up agenda driven, ex-stand hatred. Yep. Yeah. Because to his point, we were like, what you mean Clark and Diana? What about Clark and Lois? What we doing? And they had to wind up putting Clark. They deleted that actual Clark. Fan outrage was so, we don't even want him around. No, it's another Superman around here. He already married the Lois. Go ahead and get that one right there. Let me see. Mr. Luke Cage says, Frenzy is a baddie. She should be with Luke Cage, to be honest. I don't like Jessica. Don't none of us like Jessica. We ain't never liked Jessica, which is crazy because that ain't even the Jessica he's supposed to be with. He's supposed to be with Jessica Drew. Supposed to be with Spider-Woman. I don't know what that is and everything like that. We can't even get to do with who he's supposed to. And I'm sitting up there like, because I like me. Like, rep me right. I ain't mad at the young lady that portrayed Jessica on in the MCU. She just not dressed like that if Luke talking to her. Like, that's what I need folks to understand. Luke ain't talking to her the way she dressed. I need folks to recognize, no, that ain't what's doing. No, he ain't. She gonna have to change that up. You're not gonna wear them jeans like that. You're not gonna wear them boots like that. That leather jacket has got to go. You ain't got my child and you looking like, I don't know not one brother married to no, I don't know not one brother married to a European woman that looked like that. Y'all help me out. Anyway, let me see here. D. Steve said, yep, Frenzy tried to keep that going with Scott post Agent X. Scott just ran back to Emma. Yep. D. Steve says, agreed. Kamoyo says the colonizer does not want to see us as sexual beings. They are terrified of it. I think they want to see us as sexual beings, Kamoyo, to your point. They don't want to see us as loving, fostering people. I think that's what that is. The way Luke was moving in the show is how he should have been getting down in the comic. Yep, that's it. Tiana Toons was so random. This is from D. Steezel. I'm guessing that was Spider-Man Homecoming Citizen. I don't even, yeah. Hey, we sitting up there watching Spider-Man Homecoming like, okay, is that old girl from Jamie Foxx? That old girl from Jamie, is that the girl? That's fancy? Is that fancy? Okay, all right. I ain't know Agent Toon was checking for the chocolate like that. I ain't know. Here I come, there I go. Yeah, did not know. Let me see. Natello said Nakia died twice. She said eating is shooty. What about that relationship? Here we go. I like that, Natello. What about Shooty and Flea? Shout out to Jonathan Mayberry. What about Shooty and Flea? Shooty had a dude up in space trying to holler for real. Nothing. We don't even know what Flea looked like. And I don't even know what to say about eating Fessy right now because let folk tell it. Marvel deleted that dude. No, he maimed. That's crazy. He maimed Manifold and deleted Maggot. I'm gonna tell you why that's crazy. Manifold got X-Men history, X-Men lore. Like there's legacy there. Like that character then did some things. Like that character then played roles in major storylines, and you maimed him. Let me see if I got this right because I want to make sure I go through this. So we know the role he played in Secret Wars, right? We know the role he played in the Krakoa age, right? We know the role he played in bringing Shooty back, right? And this what we doing? So we ain't respect him at all. People like, I hate such and so book got canceled. You sure? Let me see here. Anansi said, and I think it was Al Ewing who put Blue Marvel and Monica Rambeau together, but a black writer broke them up. You would think it would have been the reverse. Yep, but black writers, the black writer made Ororo baby mama too. Wiseacre and Kingwood Comics. Yeah, Kamoyo, appreciate that. Shout out to Wiseacre and Kingwood Comics. Shout out to them and everything like that. Shout out to Godhood Comics. Shout out to all y'all. Because I don't be worried about this stuff over here. Shout out to Rodney Barnes, Philadelphia. Yeah, I don't be worried about all that over there. Characters act, Toppy acted just like Toppy's supposed to act. So is Seesaw. These things said, yeah, not tell him. LC did get down a bit, but before he got hissed, of course, Misty, Claire, She-Hulk, Felicia Hardy, all Panther, Jessica Drew. Yeah. My dog was acting like he's supposed to. He was. Eve was being slow. Monica stopped aging in her late 30s and Adam in his late 40s. That's like a 10-year gap at best. You know, Kamoyo, the fact that I still got Logan running around doing, I ain't even want to hear that. I don't even be wanting to offer explanations and everything. Like, if I ain't offering up no explanation over here, I ain't gonna do it over here. What I be wanting to do is what I said before is we don't have enough representation when it comes to us as black fans, because nobody that's a comic book fan, nobody that's a comic book critic that sat down with a black writer, I don't believe they asked him a black question. Because if I'm sitting down with Dr. Eve Ewing, that's a question definitely getting asked. But we see how these black journalists move. They just be happy to have a person in front of them. No. if I can give you credit for doing an amazing work over here, then I should be able to ask you questions about a concern that I got over here. And if you cannot be asked those questions as a comic book writer, then maybe you're in the wrong business. Maybe you're in the wrong business because you can't take constructive criticism. No, anybody and everybody should be able to take constructive criticism. That's what helps you get better. And your fans should be able to ask you questions about the stuff that you're doing because your fans are the ones responsible for you being popular, famous, if you will. Let's see here. I haven't bought any of the Aya Daily crap. I stopped. Because as Steve will say, you get the representation that you settle for. And being raised by my grandparents and everything like that, which would be the silent generation, it's not for me to keep telling you being stupid. It's not for me to keep telling you that. It ain't. At some point, I'm like, so you're not going to listen? Cool. You go do what you want to do. As my grandparents used to say, I would tell this to anybody, a hard head make a soft ass. A hard head make a soft ass. And I can mean you all, and I know how people perceive it. Theo, you don't like Aya Daily. No, I like him because I saw what he did with Akagon. What it is I can't fix stupid. I can't fix stupid. And we've all been stupid at some point in our life where an elder or older person in our family has tried to tell us better, tried to educate us on something, and we just wanted to be stuck on stupid. That's what that is. We've all been there various times in our life. Can't nobody tell you nothing because you just know. You know. You can't nobody tell you nothing because you know what you're talking about. Your breath smell like Similac and everything, but you know. You telling folks old enough to be your mama, your daddy, your grandparents, everything. They don't know what the hell they talking about, but you do. Okay, I've had that attitude before. You find out way better than they could tell you. Well, your comic book got canceled. Your comic book got canceled. Now here's what everybody else is going to look at down the road. Because of the backlash that Storm generated, can they attach him to another comic book with a black character and that comic book sell? Because what they're going to look at is not how Storm started. They're going to look at how Storm finished. And if there's no desire from folks that look like him to bring him back, now he's hurt twice, because not only did he damage his reputation with comic book fans for the big two, he damaged his reputation with fans that liked his independent work. Marvel don't care nothing about Akagon. They don't care. You need folks that's rocking with you over here to rock with you over there. And I'm sorry to say it, the folks that are X-Men fans ain't gonna give two damns about what you got going on in Akagon, because that's you big upping a black male character. And you need to know the dude that you were just working for said black male characters weren't viable. So unless they attach him to another comic book in Marvel, what character would that be? Because black fans have already said they don't want him near another black-led character comic book. No differently than with John Ridley. No differently than low-key, to a degree, Christopher Priest and Ryan Coogler. He's got a stain on his name now when it comes to black characters. And if Dr. Eve Ewing don't stop, she's going to have one next to her name. Keeping it up. Marvel lied to everybody. Yeah. If Eve wrote solo books with older heroes like Steve Rogers, Thor, Logan, who would date way younger, the world may never know. Exactly. And that be my thing. You can't be the black writer that does something like that and it only applies to your character. Because your brothers and sisters that are comic book fans, we not blurs, we're nerds. We gonna look at you and be like, so Eve, what's good? Because that ain't never applied to nobody else. That didn't even apply to Mara when he had Ororo jump off the dresser with Logan, because by then Monica had already broken up with Adam. Clearly, Mara didn't share your mindset. Y'all were both X-Men writers at the same damn time. So clearly, he didn't share none of your mindset in regards to characters being too old to smash other characters. So even amongst the black writers at the X-Men house, that mindset is not consistent. And if some of us ain't standing on the wall to point that out, it'll go unsaid. No, it won't. No, it won't. No, it won't. No, it won't. Jessica Drew would have been interesting. That's who he's supposed to be with. Think about it. Ain't she got a child? Jessica's baby was supposed to be Luke's baby. Shout out to Mr. Ray Smith for that bit of knowledge. Mr. Paul Martin said, I think Eve Ewing was grossed out by the age difference between Monica and Adam. I get he's chronologically older than her parents, but no one is grossed out by Steve Rogers and Sharon Carter. I understand what you're saying, Mr. Martin. I do. But that sounds like a personal thing, right? And that would be us as writers interjecting ourselves into the story in ways in which we come to find out fans don't want that. We don't want you putting yourself into the comic. And what you just told me, I'm not saying she did or she did. What you just told me was Eve put herself in there as Monica Rambeau, and she doesn't want to date an older dude. That's fine. I'm perfectly fine with Eve not wanting to date an older dude. Do you? You not Monica Rambeau. And as a comic book writer, she should know exactly what I know, which is exactly what you just said. We shouldn't even be doing it. I'm not offering Eve no damn excuses. I'm sorry, it's Sunday. I'm not offering Eve no excuse. I'm not offering Marwa no excuse when I know by and large our characters are never created with love interests. They aren't. Meanwhile, in Gotham, their characters are. I don't think I'm smarter than Eve. I know I ain't better than Eve. She actually writes for a comic book. So she got to know what I know. So now I'm asking the tough question. If you know what I know, why did you do that? And I don't want to hear nothing about your personal upbringing, your background. I don't care nothing about that. We all got skeletons in our closet that ain't got a damn thing to do with these characters. So yeah, Adam is a lot older, but he doesn't look it. I bet Eve couldn't write for Highlander, which is crazy because she's a fictional writer, right? Fictional writer, supposed to be able to navigate around that, right? Right. Because here we go. Say Theo, no. We're gonna do this. Nicole Reed. If I could go back in time, Nicole Reed would have been too old for me. As a matter of fact, we're not gonna do that with quite. I know for a fact right now where the fellas at from Gen X. Gen X, we that used to have posters on our wall. Right. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. No. Gen X in the house. I know better. Stop that. We know. Age ain't nothing but a number. Moving right along. D. Steve said, yeah, that part. Mr. Martin. Now tell him said Marvel went on a killing spree. Even the Orisha gods were killed in his run left and right. See what I'm saying? And ain't but one person. Ain't but one demographic getting their jollies off on that. Like, that be the sad part to be like, when you do stuff like that, you definitely pissing off one demographic. And I don't know why you want to piss us off, because you're supposed to be a part of that demographic. That don't make sense to me. Like, why would you go above and beyond to piss us off? It's only one demographic liking you, eliminating the Orisha like that. It's only one. It's only one demographic laughing at that, getting their jollies off on that. Why would you write that? Like, never mind. No, never mind. Never mind. Like, I be wanting, like, I don't be wanting to say, but like, young man, you didn't think this through? Well, I just thought it would be some good writing. Young man, every thought ain't a good thought. Every thought ain't a good thought. When the last time you seen the Olympians get deleted? No. When the last time you seen the Olympians get deleted? Like, when's the last time you seen any group? You as a black man, I want you to think about what you're getting ready to do. You finna do this. It's folks, they're not gonna look at nobody else when it's all said and done. They're going to say, you did it. You did it. And because you don't know when the next time a writer gonna come in behind you and pick this story up, you don't know the repercussions and long-lasting ramifications of you writing this. Are you not thinking? Or are you just getting a paycheck? Because you can't be this stupid. You say you read comic books. Well, you cannot be this damn dumb. You can't be. You finna do. I say the visible age difference between Adam and Monica is no different than Reed and Susan. Come on now. Reed showing, here we go. James and Heather Hudson. I like what you said, big dog. Hey, see how we do this? See, because we could do this. We could literally do this all day, go down the line and throw out Rogue and Magneto. Because ain't nobody stopped that train from popping off. Possible self-insertion. Yep. Eve likes writing trans characters too these days. Her gender is her own, I guess. And I didn't even bring them up for this reason right here. Come on, yo. To me, that's not even a separate issue. You want to write transgenders, you write them, they exist in the world and everything like that. You want to do that, do that. I like Bass as a character. I did. I didn't have no problem with Bass as a character. What I have a problem with is not respecting this part of it. Because if you can give us a story with the transgender, how did transgender get here? Still a human being, still require a man and a woman coming together. That's what that is, unless we talking the whole egg thing, what we used to have back in the day. But no, in transgender people, if I'm not mistaken, still require the support of their parents, especially when they're going, when that's where they're at. You still need both parents. You'd be best served both parents showing you that they love you and care about you. So I'm looking at like, well, damn, if you're gonna give us the transgender, a black transgender, well, what we got going on where you see no value, little to no value in the black mother, black father. And then historically speaking, what's the age of delineation when it comes to being, what's too old? A 10-year age gap? A 15-year-old age gap? A 19-year-old age gap? What's too old? And then what year are we living in? Is it the 1960s, the 1950s, or the 2000s? And whose political view are we going off of? Because according to folks like Megyn Kelly and Joe Rogan, there's nothing wrong with older teenagers having intercourse with full-grown adults. Let them two tell it. So what we going off of? Those are the questions that I would ask Dr. Eve Ewing, because there's no consistency. There's no consistency. You could give me, and like I said, I like the story where T'Challa helps Besa find her lover. Cool. What T'Challa got going on? Because I see, what is it, lady, the spy, whatever. But I don't see T'Challa in no love. I see Moneda, right? But nothing. I know Besa is in a loving relationship looking for her significant other. That's what I know. T'Challa, nothing. I see value in me. And when I say I see value in me, I see value in me as, and I want to make sure I put this out there. I see value in me as a person. Black person, African-American person, proud child of Africa. I see value in me. I see value in me, whether that's as a man, as a woman. I see value in me, whether that's me representing heterosexuality or me representing LGBTQ+. I'm black. I'm black. I see value in me, whether that's me repping a black man, black woman, black child. I'm black, African American. I don't know how to say this is less than that. And I'm not drawing no, putting up no lines, dividing stuff between me living in Africa and me living in America. If I'm black, I'm black. Because if somebody else say they white, they saying they white regardless of where they at, and they owning that title regardless of where they at. We the only group of people that want to keep dividing stuff, and I'm so sick and tired of that. There you go, my elder in the building now. So I would definitely watch what's being said now, and because he want all the smoke. Thank you so much, Mr. Ray Smith. What is going on? What is going on? That's my elder. That's my elder. So if I'm talking a certain type of way, low key, my elders, Grand Madam Tarot, going on out there, young fella. There's immortal black folks in Highlander. Sure is. Sure is. Paul Martin said, I wonder if the MCU Claire Temple, assuming Rosario Dawes come back, will be Bill Foster's ex-wife. You hoping for too much. Aya Daly burned it all down on the way out. Hey, like I said, come on, yo. I really want to ask that young man what he was thinking. Like, so ain't nobody stop you, check you, talk to you. But then again, I can't say that because I know we tried to. We know, I know we tried to. And that get to what I said. You know what? Go ahead. Go. You know best. You've been living in this world longer than I have. Go ahead. And don't say nothing when it happens. No, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. They gonna hang you out to dry. Cause you're not gonna be the first one that did this. You're gonna be the next one that did this, and you're not gonna be the last one. After you didn't gave black fans your ass to kiss and did everything they wanted you to do that served their purpose, they gonna cut you loose. You're gonna need to spin the block on the black fans. You not gonna realize till it's too late. You alienated all them black fans. You did. You did. And we real finicky. When we get alienated, we don't do that. We don't spin the block. We don't skin Cap, Sharon Carter. What is their age difference? Logan and Jean, Thor and Jane Foster. I could do this all day. That's what we were talking about, Mr. Smith. And let me say this, Mr. Smith, while you're here, let me go over this. Shout out to Kamoyo King, because he actually printed this thing up nice and everything. I put it on my YouTube page as a post. When you think about this, let me go over this real quick. You'll love this, Mr. Smith. Clark Kent and Lois were both created in 1938. Of course, it's going to seem like a natural relationship. Bruce Wayne and Catwoman were created 1939 and 1940, respectfully. Of course, it's going to seem like it's a natural relationship. Carter Hall and Sierra Hall both were created in 1940. Of course, it's going to seem like it's natural. Hal Jordan and Carol Ferris, both created in 1959. Yeah, it's going to seem like it's natural. Barry Allen and Iris Allen, both created in 1956. Yeah, it's going to seem like it's natural. Reed Richards and Sue, both created in 1961. Sound good. Black Bolt and Medusa, both created in 1965. There's a reoccurring theme here. Scott Summers and Jean Grey, both created in 1963. Yep, no problem at all. I don't even want to take a look and see when Thor and Jane Foster were both created. I'm of the mindset it was close to the same year. black characters don't get created like that. You know who know the black characters don't get created like that? The black writers. I'm sorry, the white writers. You know what? I'm not even gonna do that. I'm not. You know who know the black characters don't get created like that? The writers and the editors. That's what I'm gonna say. The writers and the editors. Fans may or may not be paying attention, but the writers and the editors. So when somebody like Chris Claremont makes a statement like, I don't want to have the two black characters together because I don't want to seem like that's a lie. That's a dirty lie. That's the type of lie that could get him fronted at any comic book convention. And that's where we need to be at with it. When we asking these folks questions, I dare say this: you shouldn't have to be black to ask those type of questions. What you should be is just be a knowledgeable comic book fan that don't mind calling bull when they see it, and be able to call bull when they see it. This is another one of those nuances when it comes to black characters that folks like Ernie Blurred Without Fear, James Penumbra don't be speaking about when they're talking about DC So White. These are the intricacies that they're failing to pick up in many of those that want to jump onto the hashtag today because they think it's the hottest, greatest thing. You're not even speaking to the truth of the matter. You're just jumping on a hashtag. You can't even speak, pretty much like politicians wanting to run for Washington today. You can't even speak to the details regarding how these comic books have been white. Not recently, period. If you could, you would be speaking about certain specific talking points. That's not what you're doing. You're doing something to make something sound sexy, glamorize certain things. Meanwhile, you cannot even educate black fans on what they're truly missing in comic books, because that's not your concern. Your concern is just to be famous for a hashtag. That's not what we're doing over here in the Rock With Me Nation. We don't need no fancy hashtag. All we need to do is just pay attention to the signs, pay attention to the patterns, pay attention to the agendas. Let me keep up. Let me see here. 99% of black characters weren't popping like that during the Silver Age. Absolutely, Mr. Ray Smith. Namor, Hound, and Sue Richards. Anyone question their age difference? As I said, I could do this all day. Nobody, Mr. Smith. Nobody. They originally folded first time around. Yep. Were Monica Rambeau and Silhouette Blazing the only black female Marvel superheroes who were only involved with brothers on panel? Maybe. Essentially, but Monica Rambeau, Adam Brashear, right? They put that out there. Silhouette actually came into, see, that was the difference between the two. Silhouette came into Marvel Comics, came into comic books as a love interest for Dwayne. They wrote her like that from the very beginning, much like they do with the white female characters that I mentioned. They didn't write Monica like that. They didn't write anybody checking for Monica either. Monica traveled from Louisiana to New York. You had black male superheroes in New York. She didn't seek them out. You had her be on the Avengers, and no black male superhero in New York tried to holler at her. I'm sorry. I don't even know how to do that, because I'm sorry. I remember being in high school checking for the sisters on the first day of school. You know, when you was an upperclassman, they coming in. I remember that. I'm sorry. I remember going to college and everything like that. Roll call, you sitting in there, you looking at all the sisters that introduced their name. Yeah. I remember going to the thing on Wednesday in college where you got the black fraternities, the black sororities, and you walking around and you just looking at all the chocolate. I don't even want to talk about FAMU be out there. I don't even want to talk about where we would leave Florida State to go to FAMU on they be out day just to admire all the chocolate walking around on. No, I ain't finna do that. I ain't finna do it. Not when I know we used to refer to DC as the chocolate mecca. We don't remember when we referred to DC, not the comic book. I'm talking about, yeah, the capital. Chocolate, no, the chocolate city. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that when I know we got going on in Atlanta. You got more than enough of us moving together in Atlanta just to frolic with one another. And I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I might not like the shows that Country Wayne putting on right now, but I know good and well, chocolate checking for chocolate. Chocolate checking for chocolate. I don't know what these writers got going on, and I ain't trying to get in and fit in that much, but I'm finna misrepresent chocolate. No, I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that. Cersei and Black Knight, Mr. Ray Smith said he could do this all day. I did say he was my elder, because Cersei is way older than Dane Whitman. You see how we doing this? Now, that's my elder. He said Cersei and Black Knight. You see how I said Cersei and Dane Whitman? We nerds. We nerds. We go way back with it. So we won't need to be acting like this. Rhodes Iron Man stepped to Monica on Battle World in Volume 1 of Secret War. Didn't Monica have a fling with Jericho Drum? See how you got to ask that question? And see how you said a fling. As in they not together no more. Which would be the prevailing problem that we discussing right now. They may have had a fling. Had. There's no super baby there. There's no Damian Wayne. Ain't no Jonathan Kent. Ain't no what is it? What Reed's son name is? Ain't no Franklin Richards there. Ain't none of that. No. So the fling, because I could say Namor and Sue had a fling. T'Challa had a fling with Everett Ross's girlfriend. What good is a fling? So yeah, I don't even be knowing a fling. Fling, it's got 5 letters in it. It's got the L, but it's missing that O, that V, and that E. It's missing that. It's missing that. So yeah, I just wanted us to wrap a taste on it. I came in here for an educational time, not to be confused with a long time. No, I just wanted us to stop this nonsense. Stop lying. And from now on, going forward, when one of us say something crazy, like they were forced together, there is a thumbnail. There's a thumbnail on my YouTube page. Shout out to Kamoyo. He created the thumbnail that lists when Black characters got introduced without having somebody introduced along with them. And we got that thumbnail. It's got when the white characters are introduced. Next time somebody say something stupid, like the character, oh, they were forced together, as if all characters ain't forced together. Just attach that thumbnail. Don't say nothing other than stop being stupid. Hit send. Hit, that's all you gotta say. Download the photo that Kamoyo created, that I got on the YouTube page. Whenever they say something like that, and I don't care who it is, just copy and paste that photo and say, or you can say hashtag stop being stupid. Matter of fact, no, I like this one right here. Because this is the Rock With Me Nation. Hashtag stop being disingenuous. Because that's really what it boils down to. Anybody that makes that statement about why Black couples can't be together, that's a disingenuous statement. Go ahead and bust them upside the head, and go ahead, and I know they might say we can't, but kick them out the Black clubhouse too, because I don't be wanting that stuff up in there. Yes, and it's us. We keep regurgitating that nonsense, talking about T'Challa and Ororo were forced together. See, Mr. Smith asking a question. Marvel Team Up 100 came out what year? Y'all might not want to do this. Y'all might not want this smoke because Mr. Ray Smith be coming. Mr. Ray Smith be coming from the fences. He do. He be wanting all the smoke. He do. He be wanting all the smoke. I'm gonna tell you something now. This comic book came out in 1980. It came out in 1980. I'm just telling you. It come out and it came out in 1980. I don't know what y'all want me to tell y'all other than I don't know y'all want me to do a comic book review on it, but it came out in 1980. What Mr. Smith say? Yeah, it came out in 1980. Paul Martin says, I think Monica friend zone black FBI agent Derek Freeman who was feeling her. Yeah, you get a lot of that going on. Paul Martin, we're talking superhero, Monet St. Croix and Sync. Yeah, they came out the same year, 1994. We said that, Steve, 46 years ago, and they have a problem with them getting together. Yeah. So y'all get the thumbnail. Y'all get that thumbnail. Put that on there. We gonna start exposing folks and everything. Yeah. Anybody say that? Hashtag stop being disingenuous. Because that's what that is. Listen, I'm out. They say read it for yourself. That's why I did this video on Sunday. You might not like black love. That's fair. You ain't got to. Stop lying about it, though. You ain't got to lie to kick it. You don't. Saying that black characters, specifically T'Challa and Ororo, were forced together, every fictional character has been forced together. The difference between black characters and these other characters is that folks actually took the time to think about these characters maybe being in a relationship. You never thought about that in regards to the black character. But then too often, it's a black person. You know what? Let me stop saying that too. Too often, it's somebody that don't give two damns about the black character creating the black character just to satisfy black people. They're not caring about the black character like they would care about other characters. And that's why you get the black characters being written. By and large, the only way you know they black is how they got them colored on the pages. They don't act like us, don't talk like us, don't represent us. And based on what we've shown today, they're not even allowed to love like us. They're there for no other reason than to serve as a backdrop for the other characters, i.e. the white characters. Until DC and Marvel show you different, that's what that's going to always be. But like we said, they've been white for the longest time. We've been stopped checking for them for that. Doesn't mean we're not still being observant. I ain't saying that. I'm just saying. That's it. Like, share, subscribe. Thank y'all so much. This has been a blast. Don't be a fool and don't let somebody tell you that your characters aren't valuable. Our characters aren't valuable. No, our characters mean something to us, which is why we have them in the house with us. And when you have the characters like this, it's safe to say you probably got that knowledge too. Don't keep it to yourself. Sharing is caring, and if you know us growers, for us to represent these characters, we got to be more than willing to share the knowledge in regards to these characters. I'm gonna read. I see one more popped up. Gotcha. Didn't hear that part. When two characters randomly speak each other in a flirtatious way, we already know what's gonna happen for sure. For sure, we got that with Dwayne and Silhouette. We don't get that really. I ain't seen Sam. Folks be talking about Sam and Misty. I'd be like, I seen them in the same comic. That's all I saw them in the same comic. Listen, I'm out. And remember the late great Don Cornelius and Chadwick Boseman. Y'all know why we do this. It's because we want to keep our pulse on black representation, black love, black imagery, black loyalty. And we're going to keep that. And we're going to get back to doing more Black Panther centric stuff on this channel and everything. This was just one of those videos headed in that direction. Spoke to Chat GPT and they say, hey man, you've been doing too much other stuff. You got to get back on your Black Panther stuff. So more Black Panther related content. Yes, we will do our best to tie into other superheroes and everything like that. So in the meantime, in between time till next time, this has been a great time. Share the video, share it with your friends, share it with the naysayers. Till next time, I wish each and every last one of you love, peace, and so we out.